the grandparents joined the fight when they saw how many dark forces kept arising. The essence of the grandparents was left in the Land of Taroc with the real grandchildren, but the real grandparents joined the fight. They decided to do the formation plan that was put into action, that they all practiced as an emergency, one that no one really wanted to ever do. The grandparents stood out front, making a letter V in their suit of armor and shield. They also carried several bows with arrows, ready to light up and burn any potential threat. The parents stood behind their parents with their bows and arrows, along with their swords, in V-shape formation. The 12 grandchildren stood behind their parents in a bigger V-shape to cover the front, the side, and the middle, and also the back, with the 2 strongest grandchildren in the back, Tatiana and Chris. They possess all 4 elemental powers to cover everyone. Once they were all in formation, Lady Ashley removed the earth barrier Taurus created and charged towards the dark forces while looking for the main source of what caused this fight in the first place, which was Herman and Hawkeye.
They are wiping us out left and right.
Yeah, we should go get help.
Lord Germaine used his violet flame to transmute a lot of the negative energy in the air to positive. Herman and Hawkeye returned to Lucifer and Lilith with information they withheld for their own selfish gain.
We were in over our heads with your former classmates and was hoping you could help us.
Your former classmates have grandchildren and children with powers as strong as theirs and ours.
Lucifer and Lilith left them both to hang themselves.
Your services are no longer needed. We will do things our own way from now on.
Had you let us in on your plans at the beginning, you probably would have executed it.
This new information
Changes everything.
And now the family has more to lose back on the battlefield. The transmutation caused a lot of the dark forces to flee or be captured in the swords. Once the dark forces are captured and placed in the swords, they serve time in spiritual jail for their crimes. Everything was quieting down, and the grandparents decided to finish this fight with the few dark forces that were left on the battlefield and give their family time to catch their breath and catch up, but that was short-lived. Herman and Hawkeye decided that they would take their chances and attempt to overthrow the family after they saw how tired they were. Lord Germaine charged as hard as he could at Herman and replied,
I know who you are, and who your mother is, and where you came from, and I am not afraid to rip you to pieces.
He took his shield to him and captured him in his sword. Lord Germaine preferred Hawkeye serve time in spiritual jail and see his time in court, and to make him suffer with his mother rather than let him off easy. Lady Ashley went after Hawkeye while the rest of the family finished the fight on the battlefield. Each and every one pulled out the swords and captured all the dark forces left on the battlefield into their swords. Hawkeye tried to turn into any and everything he could think of to lose Lady Ashley on his trail. She has eyes like a hawk too, and nothing gets past her. She finally caught up to him and hit him as hard as she could with her shield and knocked him out cold. She captured him with her sword and returned to her family. They gathered up all the swords that were used to capture all the dark forces and called Archangel Michael to come and get them so that they would see their day in spiritual court. He gathered them with a few other angels and were on their way. Before he left, he said,
Thank you all for everything you did out here today. I will keep you informed if anything comes up unusual. Try to relax and enjoy your time together.
The Star and Hermit family defeated Herman and Hawkeye and the rest of the dark forces. But for how long? And was it really over? Are the questions they all really wanted to know. The families realize that they have won this battle, but when will the war end? They have spent years from a home that took years to build, had a family, and hid. Lord Germaine suggested,
Let's come out of hiding.
We should. We are powerful beings and can take on anything.
We just proved that on the battlefield today, and came together effortlessly, as if we had been doing this a while. We have, of course, but not our children and grandchildren. But you could never tell that based on how we all fought today.
Lady Ashley said,
We are powerful and we didn't come into this world to hide. We are a powerful nation, and we must stand together as one, with no fear, and help each other.
Lord Gary replied,
It is almost as if we were living our lives in darkness, like the dark forces targeting us because we kept our lives hidden from the very land we worked hard to build.
Lady Kayla felt the same way.
I thought it several times and thought I was the only one who felt that way and never shared it. But now glad to know that you all are thinking the same things.
Aries replied,
We have deceived the land in having them believe I was dead, to now find out that I am very much alive. How do you think our land would receive what we did?
Sag replied,
With forgiveness in their hearts, and a joy to celebrate your life and not your death.
The grandchildren were very excited to go to the place that is their true home, the Land of Taroc. From what they saw, it's very beautiful there, and plenty of activities and other children in the land to play with and get to know. They loved each other, but they wanted to know what it was like to interact with people outside of their family. They hurried to the place they called home and prepared for their true home. As the grandchildren packed and prepared to leave, they began thinking of all the beautiful memories they shared and all the jokes they played on each other at each other's homes, and began to tear up. Lady Ashley walked in as all of the grandchildren gathered for one last walk through after loading the chariots in the house they called the Big House, shed a few tears and said,
Grandma, we will miss this home.
We will be back for vacations. And you don't have to pack everything and take it with you. You can leave a few items here.
They were all excited because in their minds they thought they weren't going to see this place again. Lady Kayla told them,
This is our home away from home. We will come occasionally to get out the land when the time calls for it.
Lord Gary and Aries helped load the rest of their belongings, and they all headed on their way. Lord Germaine and Lady Ashley rode off on Black Stag, heading into the Land of Taroc. The family finally returned home to the Land of Taroc. Aries came in quietly, and so did the grandchildren. No one in the Land of Taroc knew of the children's existence, or Aries. They unloaded and unpacked everything, and Lord Gary and Lord Germaine called for a town's meeting, alerting everyone to meet in the town hall to give them the latest news. Lady Ashley first wanted to share with everyone that there was good news that they all wanted to share.
I am a proud grandmother of 12.
Along with Lady Kayla, Lord Germaine and Lord Gary. Lord Germaine said,
I want to apologize to the town by first withholding information about the death of Aries and have you all believed he had been killed.
All the townspeople were shocked, but also relieved that Aries was still alive. But they all wonder why they waited 5 years to come forward with this information. Lord Gary replied,
We wanted to protect all of you without bringing harm to the innocent and with our family being targeted. We all knew that everyone would feel much safer knowing that the threat was neutralized. So we put a plan in place. If the enemy knew or thought they had gotten their way, they would leave our family alone. But because we were still found, we couldn't hide anymore. We have a town to protect too.
Lady Ashley said,
We started this land. We are the protectors of this land, and we will not be forced out of it because of our gifts. We will now use our gifts to serve and protect this land, as we were always intended to do.
Aries will resume his duties, and so will the rest of the town. The town was happy and cheered and suggested that Lady Ashley, Lord Germaine, Lord Gary, and Lady Kayla should be stoned in the land as the protectors, as the guardians of the land. Everyone agreed, and there was a ceremony in honor of the chosen ones, the guardians, the protectors of the land. The townspeople felt safe again and also happy to have their emperor back. They were excited to see what the next chapter would bring, and so were the guardians of the land.